All right, y'all. We give praise, esteem, and honor to Abba and Shamayim in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach this day. Pick us up in John chapter 5, verse 39. Search the scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me. You will not come to me that you might have life. I receive not honor from men, but I know you, that you have not the love of Elohim in you. I come in my Abba's name, and you receive me not. And if another shall come in his own name, him you will receive. How can you believe which receive honor one from another, and not the honor that comes from Elohim only? Do not think that I will accuse you to Abba. There's one that accused you, even Moses, in whom you trust. Had you believed Moses, you would have believed me, for he wrote of me. But if you believe not his writings, how should you believe my words? All esteem and praise of Abba and Shamayim in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. Come on, Isaiah 34:16.
Seek you out of the book of Yahuah and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his rocket hath gathered them.
Revelation 1.
The revelation of Yahushua HaMashiach, which Elohim gave unto him, shown to his servants, things which must surely come to pass. And he sent and signified by his Malachim unto his servant John, who bear record of the word of Elohim and of the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach and of all things that he saw.
Shalom, Brother Marvin, Ernest, and Omar, man.
And that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand.
Mm-hmm. Ezekiel 16 and 31. Shalom, Sister Virginia.
And that you build your eminent place in the head of every way, and make your high place in every street, and have not been as a harlot, and that you scorn hire, but as a wife that commit adultery, which takes strangers instead of her husband. They give gifts to all whores, but you give your gifts to all your lovers, and hire them that they may come unto you on every side for your whoredom.
And
the contrary is in you from other women in your whoredoms, whereas none follow you to commit whoredom.
Shalom, Jay.
And in that you give a reward, and a reward is given unto you.
Wherefore
Therefore you are contrary.
Wherefore,
O harlot, hear the word of Yahuah. Thus saith Yahuah Elohim, because your filthiness was poured out and your nakedness discovered, through your whoredoms with your lovers, and with all the idols of your abominations, and by the blood of your children, which you did give unto them.
Behold,
therefore I will gather all your lovers, with whom you have taken pleasure, and all them that you have loved, with all them that you have hated. I will even gather them round about against you, and will discover your nakedness unto them, that they may see all your nakedness.
Now, where you going to see that at in the gospel, man? Verse 37. Where you going to find that at? Shalom, East, man. You ain't got nothing. Read it again.
He said, behold, therefore I will gather all your lovers with whom you have taken pleasure, and all them that you have loved, with all them that you have hated. I'll even gather them round about against you, and will discover your nakedness unto them, that they may see all your nakedness.
Come on here to Matthew chapter 27. Verse what? 27.
Then the soldiers of the governor took Yahushua to the common hall, and gathered unto him the whole band of soldiers. And they stripped him, and put on him a scarlet robe. When they had plaited a crown of thorns, they put it upon his head, and a reed in his right hand. And they bowed the knee before him, and mocked him, saying, Hail, Malach of the Yahudim. They spit upon him, and took the reed, and smote him on the head. And after that they had mocked him, they took the robe off from him, and put his own raiment on him, and led him away to crucify him.
That's good. Now come over here to Matthew 26. Where is that, man? About verse 50. The first aspect you see in them stripping him, but the lovers and those who hate you round about is when they came and picked him up and they discovered his nakedness or exposed his sin. He was uncovered, if you would. And how, we'll look at it in a moment. Go ahead.
And Yahushua said unto him, Friend, wherefore are you come? Then came they and laid hands on Yahushua and took him. And behold, one of them which were with Yahushua stretched out his hand and drew a sword and struck a servant of the high priest and smote off his ear. Then said Yahushua unto him, Put up again your sword into his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. Think you that I cannot now pray to my Abba, he shall presently give me more than 12 legions of Malachim? But how then shall the scriptures be fulfilled, that thus it must be?
Mm-hmm.
In that same hour said Yahushua to the multitudes, "Are you come out as against a thief with swords and staves for to take me? I sat daily with you teaching in the temple, and you laid no hold on me."
Now, I want you to go to Genesis chapter 3 and verse 6.
And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat.
Mm-hmm.
And the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. And they heard
What's happening, man? He said they did. They knew that they were what?
Knew that they were naked.
So he's been exposed. He's uncovered. Why is he uncovered? Because he done ate from the tree, correct? So his nakedness has been discovered, correct? 2 Corinthians 5 and 17. Shalom, Brother Robert.
Therefore, if any man be in a Mashiach, he's a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new.
What up?
And all things are of Elohim, who have reconciled us to himself by Yahushua Mashiach, and have given to us the ministry of reconciliation. To wit, that Elohim was in a Mashiach, reconciling the world unto himself, not imputing their trespasses unto them, and have committed unto us the word of reconciliation. Now then, we are ambassadors for a Mashiach, as though Elohim did beseech you by us. We pray you in the Mashiach's stead, be reconciled to Elohim. For he had made him to be sin for us who knew no sin.
He's been made for us to become what?
To be sin for us who knew no sin, that we might be made the righteousness of Elohim in him.
Pause. Now go to Genesis 1 and 26, and we can finish that aspect of it. Because this is going to tie into what we talking about. So you might well do it now.
And Elohim said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all their rats, and over every creeping thing that creep upon their rats."
We'll give them image and likeness on general principle.
Image is salim, image, likeness, resemblance.
We talked about that last night when about to be like the Most High. The next one.
And likeness is the move to likeness or similitude or resemblance.
That was a word I believe we seen last night. So with that being said, go to we'll keep on rolling.
So Elohim created man in his own image, and the image of Elohim created he him, male and female created he them.
Go to Genesis 2 and 7.
And Yahuah Elohim formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul.
He formed him from what?
The dust of the ground.
Tell him what dust of the ground is, man.
Dust is afar, dry earth, dust, powder, ashes, earth.
Go ahead.
Then ground is Adamah, the ground or land.
And that Adamah is a feminine word. You know, that's a element where we could look at, you know, where you would see the, I hate to say virgin birth, because that's the term people come up with, but the fact of ground that had never been tilled, re-birthified.
And every plant of the field before it was in the Arats, and every herb of the field before it grew, for Yahuah Elohim had not caused it to rain upon the Arats, and there was not a man to till the ground.
So this ground had never been worked. If it had never been tilled, it never been worked, guess what had never been put in it? What ain't never been put in it? No seed been put in it. So that's where you see that on the back end with Mary. We read that dust of the ground for a reason. Go back to what that is, Ezekiel 16 and 37.
Behold, therefore, I will gather all your lovers with whom you have taken pleasure, and all them that you have loved, with all them that you have hated. I will even gather them round about against you, and will discover your nakedness unto them, that they may see all your nakedness.
Now, we just read because of the tree of knowledge and good and evil, that exposed the first Adam's nakedness. We're looking at how they all surrounded themselves round about Mashiach to expose his nakedness because he became sin who knew no sin. So let's go to 1 Corinthians 15 and 34.
Awake to righteousness and sin not, for some have not the knowledge of Elohim. I speak this to your shame.
Mm-hmm.
But some men will say, how are the dead raised up? And with
Mm-hmm.
what body do they come?
What body do they
You
come?
fool, that which you sow is not quickened except it die. And that which you sow not that body that shall be, but bear grain, and may chance of wheat or of some other grain.
Mm-hmm.
But Elohim give it a body as it hath pleased him, and to every seed his own body. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds. Also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial, but the esteem of the celestial is one, the esteem of the terrestrial is another.
The esteem of the terrestrial is another. The esteem of the celestial is another. Go ahead.
One esteem of the sun, another esteem of the moon, another esteem of the stars. For one star differ from another star in esteem. So also is the resurrection of the dead. It is sown in corruption, it is raised in incorruption. It is sown in dishonor, it is raised in esteem. It is sown in weakness, it is raised in power. It is sown a natural body, it is raised a spiritual body.
Now we looked at that first part with Adam in Genesis 2 and 7 because that was a natural body. Go to Luke 24 and 36 and see the spiritual body. Basically the body that's in Ezekiel 37, which we're not going to rehash that at this particular time.
And as they thus spake, Yahuah himself stood in the midst of them and said unto them, Shalom be unto you. But they were terrified and affrighted, and supposed they had seen a ruach. And he said unto them,
Suppose they seen a what?
A ruach.
What up?
And he said unto them, Why are you troubled? Why do thoughts arise in your hearts?
Handle me.
Behold, my hands and my feet, that it is I myself. Handle me and see, for a ruach hath not flesh and bones, as you see me have.
I guess we're going to have to read Ezekiel 37. Go ahead, man. 37 and 5.
Thus saith Yahuah Elohim unto these bones, Behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and you shall live. I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring flesh up upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, you shall live.
Tell them what sinews, skin, and flesh is, man, just in case they ain't know.
Sinews is geed, that's a sinew, a tendon.
Those are tendons.
And the flesh is basar, that's flesh of the body.
And he said there's different types of flesh in Corinthians, didn't he? Go ahead.
And then skin is ore, skin or hide.
Go ahead.
And put breath in you, and you shall live. You shall know that I am Yahuah. So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone. And when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came up upon them, and the skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them.
There was no what in them?
There was no breath in them. Then said he unto
Shalom,
me,
Brother Shaul.
Prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, Thus saith Yahuah Elohim, Come from the four winds, O breath, breathe upon these slain that they may live.
Breathe upon these who?
These slain.
Give them slain by definition.
That's harag, to kill, slay, murder, destroy.
Hold on. Now let's see what slew him. Romans chapter 7, verse 5.
For when we were in the flesh, the motions of sin, which by the law did work in our members to bring forth fruit unto death. But now we are delivered from the law, that being dead, wherein we were held.
Are you delivered from the what?
From the law.
That's what you're seeing in Ezekiel 37. They be in, read Genesis 3 and 19, see what they delivered from. I think we talked about this a little bit last night, how he came to destroy him that had power over death. That is the devil.
In the sweat of your face shall you eat bread till you return unto the ground. For out of it was you taken, for dust you are, and unto dust shall you return. And Adam called his wife's name Eve, because she was the mother of all living. And unto Adam and also to his wife did Yahuah Elohim make coats of skins and clothe them. And Yahuah Elohim said, Behold, the man is become as one of us to know good and evil. And now henceforth he put his hand and take also the tree of life and eat and live forever. Therefore Yahuah Elohim sent him forth from the Garden of Eden to till the ground from whence he was taken. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims and a flaming sword which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life.
That's good. Now where we was at before?
Romans 7.
Come back to Romans 7, read verse 5 one more time.
Therefore, when we were in the flesh, the motions of sin, which are by the law, did work in our members to bring forth fruit unto death. But now we are delivered from the law, that being dead, wherein we were held, that we should serve in newness of ruach and not in the oldness of the letter. What shall we say then? Is the law sin?
Is the law what?
Is the law sin?
God forbid.
No, I had not known sin, but by the law, for I had not known lust, except the law had said, You shall not covet. But sin, taking occasion by the commandment, wrought in me all manner of concupiscence. For without the law, sin was dead. For I was alive without the law.
You was alive without the what?
Without the law.
Well, what happened?
But when the commandment came, sin revived, and I died.
And you what?
And I died.
So it slew you. Let's continue. Go ahead.
In the commandment which was ordained to life, I found to be unto death. For sin taken occasion by the commandment deceived me, and by it slew me.
And what did he say in Ezekiel 37? Those people were what?
Slain.
What does slain mean one more time?
That is harag, to kill, to slay, to murder, destroy.
So what destroyed? What Paul say murdered him? His sin did. What murdered Adam? His sin did. So come back to 1 Corinthians 15, where you start that. Indeed, brother.
Verse 44.
15 and 44, Corinthians, first.
It says, it is sown a natural body, it is raised a spiritual body. There's a natural body and there's a spiritual body. And so it is written, the first man Adam was made a living soul, the last Adam was made a quickening ruach. Howbeit that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural, and afterward that which is spiritual. The first man is of the Eretz, earthy, the second man is the Lord from Shamayim. As is the earthy, such are they also that are earthy. And as is the heavenly, such are they also that are heavenly.
Indeed. Go ahead.
And as we have borne the image of the earthy, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the Malchut of Elohim.
They can't, right? Now go to Revelation 16 and 15 again. Because obviously Adam was uncovered. You see them strip the Lord out of his clothing and give him a robe, leaving him uncovered. His nakedness is appearing.
Behold, I come as a thief. Baruch is he that watch and keep his garments.
Keep it who?
Keep his garments.
Lest he walk
naked.
And they see his what?
His shame.
Now we talk about shame. That's erva, indecency, shame, uncleanliness, things of this nature. Now, of course, he didn't have any uncleanliness. His uncleanliness was exposed when he became sin who knew no sin. The same thing, you can see the testimony with Adam. We didn't talk about that before. So come back to Ezekiel 16 and 37. Peace, Brother Joseph, man.
Behold, therefore I will gather all your lovers with whom you have taken pleasure, and all them that you have loved with all them that you have hated. I'll even gather them round about against you, and will discover your nakedness unto them.
Now he said he'll gather all those that you loved and all those that hated you. Let's look at what he did that to him. John 13 and 1.
Now before the feast of the Passover, when Yahushua knew that his hour was come, that he should depart out of this world unto the Abba, having loved his own which were in the world, he loved them unto the end. And supper being ended, the devil having now put in the heart of Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, to betray him. Yahushua, knowing that the Abba had given all things into his hands, and that he was come from Elohim and went to Elohim, he rise from supper and laid.
He said what he said about his own, what he did to him. Say he loved his own even to the end. You read that already?
Yeah.
That's verse 1, right? So we know what they asked for him to crucify him. They hated him. But let's read John 15 and 20 and let him tell it to you.
Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin. But now they have no cloak for their sin. He that hate me, hate my Abba also. If I had not done among them the works which none other man did, they had not had sin.
But now
have they both seen and hated both me and my Abba.
That it might be fulfilled.
That it is written in the law, they hated me without a cause.
That's in Psalm 69 and a couple other places. So read Ezekiel 16 and 37 one more time.
Behold, therefore I will gather all your lovers with whom you have taken pleasure, and all them that you have loved with all them that you have hated. I will even gather them round about against you, and will discover your nakedness unto them, that they may see all your nakedness. Now
go read Matthew 26. 27, I'm sorry, and 43. Matthew 27 and 43.
He trusted in Elohim, let him deliver
back
him.
It up to 40 again.
And saying, you that destroy the temple and build it in 3 days. We got to
back it up to 37 to get everything they said.
And set up over his head his accusation written, this is Yahushua, the Malach of the Yahudim. Then were there 2 thieves crucified
Slowly.
one on the right hand, another on the left.
Mm-hmm.
And they that passed by reviled him, wagging their heads,
Mm-hmm.
and saying, You that destroyed the temple and built it in 3 days, save yourself. If you be the son of Elohim, come down from the stake.
Mm-hmm.
Likewise, also the chief priest mocking him with the scribes and elders said, He saved others, himself he cannot save. If he be the Malach Yasharal, let him now come down from the stake, and we will believe him.
We will what?
We will believe him.
Sound like he been exposed in nakedness to all his lovers and haters, correct? Now, something just came to my mind, man. Come to Ezekiel 16 and 33. Some of this verbiage is gonna throw you off. Don't get stuck on the verbiage though. Run it.
They give gifts to all whores,
And you give your gifts
to all your lovers,
and hire them.
that they may come unto you on every side for your whoredom.
Now, how the Lord fulfilled that? Save the whoredom. What he said he do?
They give gifts to all whores,
But you give your gifts to who?
all your lovers,
And you do what to them?
hire them
That they may what?
come unto you on every side for your
Tell them
whoredom.
what hire them mean, man.
That is shakad, to give a present, a bribe, a ransom, to offer gifts.
How the Lord fulfilled that, man? No, ain't nobody got an answer for that. Well, let's look and see. I'll allow it. He say about, or brother Ernest say about offering himself freely. But let's be more specific. Give him the word for hire again.
That is shakad, to give a present, bribe, ransom.
To give a
offer
present
gifts.
or a ransom or offer a gift. Psalm 68 and 18. Yeah, but in this instance, ransom wouldn't be the definition you would use based strictly off the context of the verse, because the verse is talking about what? Gifts being given to all whores. So it wouldn't be a ransom. The fruits aren't a gift. The fruits are the byproduct or evidence of the Spirit being present. Psalm 68 and 18.
So you have ascended on high, you have led captivity captive.
And you did what?
You have received gifts from men.
You received who?
Gifts from men.
Well, tell them what gifts is right now, man. Even the rebellious also.
This one is matanah, a gift.
That Yahuah
Or
Elohim
present.
might dwell amongst them. Now go to Ephesians 4 and 5.
One Lord, one faith, one baptism, one Elohim and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in you all. But unto every one of us is given grace according to the measure of the gift of Hamashiach. Wherefore he saith, when he ascended up on high, he led captivity captive
And
gave
received
gifts unto men.
And what else?
Now that he ascended, what is it but that he also descended first into the lowest parts of the Eretz?
What else?
He that descended is ascended
Now he
also
say he descended where?
first into the lower parts of the Eretz.
Now, in order for him to get them gifts, that's why Isaiah 14 coming again in the play. Because before he could do everything he said he would do, sit in the mount of the congregation and enter in the sides of the north, be like the Most High, ascend above the heights of the cloud. He had to be brought down to where? To the pit, to the grave. Continue.
So he that descended is the same also that ascended up far above all Shamahim, that he might fill all things. And he gave some apostles, some prophets, some evangelists, some pastors and teachers for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Hamashiach.
That's good. 1 Corinthians 12 and 5. That's why I say the word whoredom probably throw you off. But remember, he said he did not come to be served, but to serve. And he said they give gifts to all whores, but you give your gifts to all your. The key component here is all your lovers. As far as the Lord is concerned. Because he said what? Greater love had no man of this, that a man lay his life down for his friends. And he say, if you love me, you'll keep my instructions. So if you love him, that would make you his lover, if you would. And he's giving gifts to you, but he's not getting anything in return. Go ahead.
There are differences of administrations, but the same Lord, and there are diversities of operations, but it is the same Elohim which work all in all.
Mm-hmm.
But the manifestation of the Ruach is given to every man to profit withal.
Mm-hmm.
For to one is given by the Ruach the word of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge by the same Ruach, to another faith by the same Ruach, to another the gifts of healing by the same Ruach, to another the working of miracles, to another prophecy, to another discerning of Ruachs, to another diverse kinds of tongues, to another the interpretation of tongues. But all these work that one and the selfsame Ruach, dividing to every man severally as he will. For as the body is one.
We just mentioned that as forth as the dispensation or dispensing, I should say, of gifts. Now I want you to come back and give them the definition of lovers in verse 33. Because remember, they said they come unto you on every side.
That's ahab. That is to love.
That's love, right? Now he said they come unto you. So John 12 and 30.
Yahuah answered and said, this voice came not because of me, but for your sakes. Now is the judgment of this world. Now shall the prince of this world be cast out. And I, if I be lifted up from the Arats, will draw all men unto me.
They're going to come unto you on every side. Go ahead.
This he said, signifying with death he should die. The people answered him, we have heard out of the law that a Mashiach abide forever. And how say you, the Son of Man must be lifted up? Who is this Son of Man? And Yahuah said unto them.
That's good. Back to Ezekiel 16 and 34.
And the contrary is in you from other women in your whoredoms, whereas none follow you to commit whoredoms, and that you give a reward, and no reward is given unto you.
You give a what?
You give a reward.
And no what?
Reward is given unto you.
2 Corinthians 8 and 8.
I speak not by commandment, but by occasion of the forwardness of others, and to prove the sincerity of your love. For you know the grace of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, that though he was rich, yet for your sakes he became poor, that you through his poverty might be rich.
That sounds like he give gifts to all his lovers and get nothing in return. But what did he get in return? Let's sit back and look at another statement that he made in Matthew chapter 10 and about verse 5.
So these 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter you not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Yasharal. And as you go, preach, saying, the kingdom of Shamayim is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils.
What he said, it was what?
The kingdom of Shamayim.
Oh, you ain't got to it yet. Go ahead.
So freely you have received, freely give.
Freely you have what?
Freely you have received, freely give.
You give your gifts to all your lovers and get nothing in return. Ain't that, see, pause, where that's at? 2 Kings. Come over here to 2 Kings. For an example of said thing. I think it's chapter 7. Let me make sure. It is. 2 Kings. Oh, that's not it. Yeah, it's 2 Kings chapter 5, man. And 10.
And Elisha sent a messenger unto him, saying, go and wash in Jordan 7 times, and your flesh shall come again to you, and you shall be clean. But Naaman was wroth and went away and said, behold, I thought he would surely come out to me and stand and call on the name of Yahuah, his Elohim, strike his hand over the place and recover the leper. Are not Abana, the Pharpar, rivers of Damascus, better than all the waters of Yasharal? May I not wash in them and be clean? So he turned and went away in a rage. And his servants came near and spake unto him and said, my father, the prophet that bid you to do some great thing, would you not have done it? How much rather then when he saith to you, wash and be clean? Then went he down and dipped himself 7 times in Jordan, according to the saying of the man of Elohim.
Right.
And his flesh came again like unto the flesh of a little child.
Now that's good, right? Now come over here to verse 21. Matter of fact, hold on. Verse 20.
But Gehazi, the servant of Elisha, and the man of Elohim, said, behold, my master hath spared Naaman the Syrian, and not receiving at his hands that which he brought.
Hold on. Let me read where Elisha, let's read where Elisha turned that down. Verse 17. Well, actually 15. Let's read where he turned that down. You can just roll out.
And he returned to the man of Elohim he and all his company came and stood before him, and he said, "Behold, now I know that there is no Elohim in all the Arats but in Yasharal. Now therefore I pray you, take a blessing of your servant."
Take a what?
Take a blessing of your servant.
But he said,
"As Yahuah lives, before whom I stand,
I will receive
none." And he urged him to take it, but he refused.
He refused.
Naaman said, "Shall there not then, I pray you, be given to your servant 2 mules, burden of Arats? For your servant will henceforth offer neither burnt offering nor sacrifice unto other gods, but unto Yahuah. And this thing Yahuah pardon your servant, that when my master go into the house of Ramon to worship there, and he lean on my hand, and I bow myself in the house of Ramon, and I bow down myself in the house of Ramon, Yahuah pardon your servant in this thing."
And he said unto him,
"Go in shalom." So he departed from him a little way. But Gehazi, the servant of Elisha, the man of Elohim, said, "Behold, my master hath spared Naaman the Syrian, and not receiving at his hands that which he brought.
But as
Yahuah live, I will run after him.
And I'm going to do what?
Take somewhat of him."
So Gehazi
followed after Naaman, and when Naaman saw him running after him, he lighted down from the chariot to meet him and said,
"It's all well."
And he said, "All is well. My master hath sent me, saying, Behold, even now there be come to me from Mount Ephraim 2 young men of the sons of the prophets.
Give them.
I pray you a talent of silver
And 2 changes
of garments.
Naaman said, "Be
content.
Take you what?
2 talents.
He urged him.
And bound 2 talents of silver and 2 bags.
And 2 changes
of garments, and laid them upon 2 of his servants, and they bare them before him.
And he came to the tower.
He took them from their hand and bestowed them in the house.
He let the men go.
And they departed. But he went in and stood before his master. And Elisha said unto him, Whence come you, Gehazi? And he said, Your servant went nowhere.
And he said unto him,
Went not my heart with you when the man turned again from his chariot to meet you? Is it a time to receive
It's
money?
a time to do what?
Is it a time to receive money?
Is it a time to do what?
Receive money.
And to receive
garments,
olive yards,
vineyards, and sheep, and oxen, and men servants, and maid servants.
Because freely you have given, freely you received, and freely you give. There's a time for that, and that wasn't the time. You know what I'm saying? That was a free gift. But let's take it a step further with the free gift, as Brother Ernest has mentioned, and let's go to Romans 6 and 16. Praise Yahuah, man.
He said, Know you not that to whom you yield your servants to obey, whom you yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants you are to whom you obey, whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness. But Elohim be thanked that you were the servants of sin, but you have obeyed from the heart that form of doctrine, which was delivered you.
What up?
Being then made free from sin, you
being made what?
Free from sin, you became the servants of righteousness. I speak after the manner of men because of the infirmity of your flesh.
Of the weakness of your flesh.
For as you have yielded your members servants to uncleanness and to iniquity unto iniquity, even so now yield your members servants to righteousness unto Kadash. When you were the servants of sin, you were free from righteousness.
You were free from it.
What fruit had you then in those things whereof you are now ashamed? For the end of those things is death.
Death.
But now being made free from sin and become servants to Elohim, you have your fruit unto Kadash, and the end everlasting life. For the wages of sin is death.
But the gift
of Elohim is eternal life.
But the gift
of Elohim is eternal life.
Now, how is that gift bestowed? I think we talked about it last night. With the giving of the Ruach HaKodesh, especially explicitly when we were looking at in Genesis 1 about the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. Because that gift of life comes because of this lesser light which is ruling the night. To reestablish, what does that mean? Gospel wise, when he say he made a lesser light to rule the night, how do we piece that together?
What was the question?
Read Genesis 1 and 14. Or is it 17? It's 17. Let's see if you remember this from last night, Genesis 1 and 17.
And Elohim set them in the firmament of Shamin to give light upon the Arets, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And Elohim saw that it was good.
So when he said a lesser light to rule the night, how do we piece that together?
Are we trying to compare this to the Old Testament and the New Testament?
Yeah, we just talked about this last night.
Okay.
Ruling over death. We'll go to Hebrews 2 and 14. Matter of fact, make it 2 and 7. Because we want to hear everything he got to say about that, where you see how he's the lesser light. Because that word lesser just means young or insignificant or unimportant. You know what I'm saying? So this is a lesser light. What makes him lesser or young is because he didn't take on the nature of an angel. He took on flesh. Or like we see in Philippians when it says, let this mind be in you, the same mind that was in Yahuah HaMashiach, who came in the form of a fashion of a man and humbled himself under death. That's being lesser. Because if he has to take off the garments of immortality and put on mortality, he's made himself lesser. But this is the rule tonight. And the other element that we looked at, that is when we looked at what darkness means and things of that nature, it means death in Genesis 1. That word darkness literally translates to death. And of course, we read 1 Thessalonians 5. You're not children of the night, but children of the day. And Elohim is no part darkness. And he that walk in the darkness know not where he going, because if you in the darkness, then you in death. Go ahead. And we know from 1 John 3, what did he say? He came to destroy the works of the devil. This is what he was say. He that commits sin is of the devil, and the son of Elohim was manifested that he might destroy the works of the devil. So that means he got rule over the night. Definitely. Matter of fact, what does it say? Get that in Romans 6 and 7, man. Start right there.
For he that is dead is freed from sin. Now, if we be dead with Hamashiach, we believe that we shall also live with him, knowing that Hamashiach, being raised from the dead, die no more. Death have no more dominion over him.
Death don't got no what?
No more dominion
Death
over him.
Death don't got no what?
No more dominion.
That means he got rule over it then. If death don't have no more dominion, then who ruling over it then? So let's go to Hebrews 2 and 7.
You made him a little lower than the Malachim. You crowned him with esteem and honor, and did set him over the works of your hands. You have put all things in subjection under his feet. For that he put all in subjection under him. He left nothing that is not put under him.
So Paul, that's where you can see that Yahushua is the greater light, the rule of the day, and the lesser light, the rule of the night. You know what I'm saying? He got rule over death, and he's the greater light of the day because he ruled over all the sons of God, angels and flesh and blood alike. Because remember, he said he would be called great and the son of the highest. And if he's the King of kings and Lord of lords, then he do what? He rule over you. And if you the children of the day, then guess what that means? He the greater light that rule the day. Because what does that rule mean? To have dominion. He got dominion over day and he got dominion over night. That would make sense since the book tell you, I am Yahuah, who create light and darkness, good and evil. I, Yahuah, do all these things. That means if his father got dominion over it, why wouldn't he have dominion over it? Read that Isaiah 45 and 7.
I form the light and create darkness. I make shalom and create evil. I, Yahuah, do all these things.
Tell them what darkness means. We know light is already.
That's koshek, darkness, obscurity, darkness, a secret place. This is death, ignorance, sorrow, wickedness.
Same word in Genesis 1. That's right, brother and man. Where you was at?
Hebrews 2.
2 and 7.
You made him a little lower than the Malachim. You crowned him with esteem and honor, and did set him over the works of your hands. You have put all things in subjection under his feet, for in that he put all in subjection under him. He left nothing that is not put under him. But now we see not yet all things put under him.
Now see, hold on. I want you to come over here and look at Psalms 8, because what he just read, that's where it come from. Psalms 8. You can read verse 1. I ain't gonna read that.
O Yahuah, our Lord, how excellent is your name in all the
praise
earth.
Yahuah indeed, man.
Who have set your esteem above Shamaim, out of the mouth of babes and sucklings have you ordained strength because of your enemies.
When I consider
that you might still the enemy and avenger, when I consider your Shamaim, the work of your fingers.
Hold on, when I consider that Shamahim is the what?
The work of your fingers.
And the moon and the stars.
What you have ordained.
So remember, he appointed the sons of God and the moon. What is the moon representative of? That lesser light that rule the night. Go ahead.
So what is man that you are mindful of him, and the son of man that you visit him?
For you have made him what?
A little lower than the Malachim.
And have crowned him with what?
Esteem and honor.
And you made him to have what?
Dominion over the works of your hands. You have put all things under his feet.
All sheep.
And oxen, yea, and the beasts of the field, the fowl of the air, and the fish of the sea, and whatsoever pass through the paths of the sea. O Yahuah, our Lord, how excellent is your name in all the eretz.
I go back to Hebrews 2 and 7. I just wanted you to see the writer of that letter. He's equating this particular passage to Mashiach, to Yahushua, I should say. Because not me say Mashiach, because that's what that debate about Isaiah 53 was about. It wasn't about the Lord. It was about, is Isaiah 53 a messianic prophecy, or is it about the prophets? Because our homeboy believe it's about all the prophets in totality. That's not a common an uncommon thought process that people believe it's not just one prophet, but it's all the prophets. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, especially people who don't believe in Mashiach, a lot of them hold to that particular point of view, honestly. Some people believe that it's a messianic book and it's referring to Yahushua, and some don't believe that it's referring to Yahushua, but a messianic figure nonetheless. I think sometimes people like to keep the Lord out of it. What they points that they be looking at, because number one, and you can get Ephesians 1:17 in a second that Marvin put on there. Number one, people who don't believe in Mashiach usually always battle people with Isaiah 53. And probably a lot of people who believe in Isaiah 53 probably don't do a good job of explaining their particular stance or why they hold that it would be messianic or be about Yahushua in that particular fashion. Because it's a go-to battle chapter. You know how to tell you that. You know, Psalm 22, Isaiah 53, Daniel 7. That's places that people like to go. You know what I'm saying? Me, myself, if I'm in that mode, you pick the book, chapter, and verse and make it light on yourself. I don't want to talk to you about. I ain't got nothing prepared for you. You know what I'm saying? This dope come prepackaged. You know about that selling glass? You know about that? You don't know about that? Nah, man. That's what you call that grade A work, man. That's that glass. That white lightning. You feel me? That's unfortunate. It is. It is, though. Hebrews 2:7. I ain't even been funny. That's unfortunate. Boy said they got a stretch.
So you made him a little lower than the Malachim. You crowned him with esteem and honor, and did set him over the works of your hands.
Got a TV out there.
You have put all things in subjection under his feet. For in that he put all in subjection under him, he left nothing that is not put under him.
That's right.
But now we see not yet all things put under him.
Mm-hmm.
But we see Yahushua, who was made a little lower than the Malachim for the suffering of death.
For the suffering of death.
Crowned with esteem and honor, that he, by the grace of Elohim, should taste death for every man.
Every man.
For it became him.
See, the reason he look at it like in this regard, what we're looking at, Adam tastes death for everybody, and therefore death passed on to everybody. So in order for life, or that gift that we're looking at, to pass on to everybody, he has to taste death in the same fashion that the first Adam tasted death. Why? Because what are we looking at? What does the law say? The life of all the flesh is in the blood, and I've given you the blood for an atonement or to cover, which is why Daniel says to make a reconciliation for iniquity or to cover avon, or the guilt or the punishment of sin. And the guilt and punishment of sin is Genesis 3:19, which is death. You know what I'm talking about? Because in Adam, we all die. You know what I'm saying? But most of y'all already know that. So that's where the perspective come at. You know, when people talk about a lot of things, nobody really concerned with, like, bro, you had a conundrum before a covenant on Mount Sinai was ever made because you died. And you could have ate from the tree of life and lived forever. And that never would have been a factor. I don't think most people are concerned with the fact that death coming. Some people don't want to die, and some people do. You know what I'm talking about? And I know that bothers some people in the land of the living, for those who have a desire for death. You know, I think you can read that where Paul made mention of that. You know what I'm saying? That it was desirous for him to leave here. You know what I'm talking about? So some people look at that weird. Like I was looking at something where people were talking about, you know, some people die with a smile on their face. Some people will find that odd, that somebody would be smiling on their way out of here. You know what I'm talking about? Because most people, they just want to hold on. Now, for those who say they believe in the Almighty and you believe in the resurrection of the dead, it shouldn't make you no never mind either way. But nevertheless, continue.
Say, for it became him for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, and bringing many sons into esteem, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through suffering.
Through sufferers.
Both he that sanctified and they who are sanctified are
all of one.
For which cause he is not ashamed to call them brethren.
That's right.
Saying, I will declare your name unto my brethren, and in the midst of the assembly will I sing praise unto you.
You know that Psalms 40. Go ahead.
And again I will put my trust in him. And again, behold, I and the children which Elohim has given me. For as much
That's
then,
Isaiah 8.
For as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood,
he likewise
took part of the same,
that he might
through death he might destroy him that had the power of death, that is the devil.
So the way to beat him, to beat the adversary, was through death. So now that he done that, now he got rule over that. Remember we read it last night, John 16. The prince of this world is judged. He's been condemned. I mean, he done took his power. He ain't got no power no more. The only thing Satan ever had power over was death. Once he beat that, that's over with. Say my daddy passed with a big smile on his face. And it just spoke that he was in no more pain. There for some people, it'd be no more pain, and some people ready to go. My daddy was ready to go. You know what I'm talking about? And people said he could have lived for months. That man died in 2 weeks. You know what I'm talking about? He was ready to go. See, we were talking about this the other day. Read Isaiah 57:1. We were talking this to somebody. He said he feel like it, that if you're righteous, you're untouchable and nothing can happen to you. Say my daddy friend said he was looking at the ceiling saying, I'm waiting on you, Lord. So yeah, some people be ready to go. You know what I'm talking about? There ain't nothing about my kids and all that. Like, no, I'm out. I'm ready to go. You niggas can stay here. Read Isaiah 57:1.
The righteous perish, and no man lay it to heart. And merciful men are taken away, none considering that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come.
See, now listen to that. Read it again.
You say the righteous perish, and no man lay it to heart.
Pause. He said the righteous do what?
Perish, and no man lay it to
heart. Now go to Matthew 27:50. Say the righteous perish, and no man lay it to heart. Because dude was just saying like, if you in the word, you untouchable, nothing should be able to happen to you. I'm like, that's absurd. That's absurd because Abel wasn't unrighteous, yet he died. Nigga killed him. You know what I'm saying? So this gentleman feels like if you keep Torah, nothing bad should ever happen to you because he's looking at Psalms 91 and he looking at if something happened to you, that's a contradiction. And it's not necessarily that it's a contradiction per se. It's just a simple fact that everything is not rigid, to say the least. Go ahead, man. Say my grandmother was like that. She questioned y'all every day as to why she was still here. Yeah, some people be ready to slide, bro. You know what I'm saying? Some of them don't even be sick. Some people just be ready to slide. Like straight up. You know what I'm saying? Just ready to slide. That's why you see some people who will take limps and take it in their own hands and do it. Because they ready to slide. I be talking to Jimmy about that because he be like, he feel like that's the most selfish thing somebody can do. And I be like, that's selfish of you to think that about them because that means you're not considering them, you're considering yourself. Only reason you're upset about it because you left behind. You know what I'm saying? I think, and it's fresh in my brain how I seen a clip. I think Young and Nate saying his brother telling him he wanted to kill himself. And he said he ain't texting back for another month. And then when he finally did say, man, I love you, bro, nigga killed himself a month later. You know what I'm saying? But that's because people ignore that type of stuff.
It's a lady at my job. She used to work with me. The second week of school, she walked in the garage. Her husband hung himself with a chain and like where. So when she walked in the house, she found him like in her bedroom, like coming out the garage in the bedroom. She found him hung. He had raised five kids together. They've been married for a long time. And people was like, that was just so selfish of him because how she supposed to, it's in their house, in your room. But he was apparently suffering for a long time.
Yeah, nigga going through it. So it even showed that you didn't give a damn about him when he was breathing, and you didn't give a damn about him when he stopped. And you wonder why he hanging from the garage, though. Because you didn't give a damn.
She was a nasty woman to work with, so they said that was like, unfortunately, she probably would tell the wife.
Sure, ain't no problem. You see, those thoughts are hell to battle with it. I mean, I know there is. I mean, for a lot of people deal with it. More people disregard it because you think that some people just talking. Some people do that stuff for attention. Some people dead serious. You know what I'm saying? My little cousin was dead serious. And you know how he was dead serious? Because he didn't say nothing to nobody. And everybody thought he was cool. and normal and regular. And that nigga was ready to die. And that nigga took it in his own hands and went and did it. He didn't say nothing to nobody. He ain't even leave no note, no nothing for real. That man just went it and got that ride and drove to the dang point and jumped off that hoe. You know what I'm saying? Straight him down. Like, that nigga like this here. I'm out of here. Say your husband was ready to go. I had to come to that realization. He suffered from depression. My grandmother was ready to go from her 60s and wound up living in her 80s. And when she was passed, she was smiling also. People be ready to lay down. At the end of the day, man, I'm telling you, man, if the book tell you go to sleep with your fathers, and when you literally asleep, you don't know what's going on around you. The only difference is that you have consciousness when you sleep. Meaning you might have a dream. You know what I'm saying? It's just not empty. When you die, it's going to be empty. Because the book tell you he ain't got no thoughts. You know what I'm saying? See, like right now, he sleep. He ain't gonna know he don't know what's going on around him. Somebody could walk past him, somebody could fart, somebody could do all type of stuff. He ain't gonna know. Shoot, some of you niggas done woke up out your sleep and thought a whole day done went by. You know what I'm saying? Literally, it's only been about 3 hours. And when I'm talking about you wake up like you literally just were trying to catch a breath or something. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say sleep is the cousin of death. They in the same family. I say the difference between the two is you have consciousness when you sleep. Because I be thinking about people who done died in their sleep. Did they know, you know what I'm saying? Or did it just cut off? You know what I'm saying? Like I say, that nigga showed me, well, you was over there. He showed me what Big Greasy was talking about people. See, I'm to be honest with you, man. When people be like, are you going to die alone? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life, because you're not guaranteed to be laying in some bed somewhere with your kids and grandchildren surrounding your bed while you take your last breath. That's not a guarantee. You know how my grandma died? My grandma didn't die alone per se. She was at our house watching me while my mom was at work. She had a heart attack while I was at school. You know what I'm saying? She was sitting in the bed watching television. Yeah, it wasn't nobody around her. I guarantee you she didn't think I'm finna have a heart attack that day. But now looking at it, my mama told me, kept saying she was tired. But you know what we don't be realizing though? Sometimes when you have extreme fatigue like that, that means your heart finna give out. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't know that, you just gonna think you're tired. The whole time, your heart finna give out. Because it's like, now if she would have been abreast of what them signs were, she probably could have got to the hospital and still been alive. But shoot, she ain't know. The nigga look how she died alone. No, she died in the bed. A lot of people died, ain't nobody around. You know what I'm saying? That my daddy got to die surrounded by his children. You know what I'm saying? My mama didn't. We was in the hallway, but when we got there, she was already unconscious. You know what I'm talking about? So she didn't know we was there in the first place before she went cold blue. Is it dying alone? No, there's people around you, but it's not the ideal. Niggas watch too much TV, man. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, some people fall out in the middle of the street. Macho Man died having a heart attack driving his car. Had a heart attack while he was driving, crashed the car. You know what I'm saying? That junk hit you anywhere. Shoot. I'm just thinking of wrestling. I noticed here. Hawk from the Road Warriors was on vacation with his wife, fell out from a heart attack as soon as they got in the hotel room. You know what I'm saying? Niggas act like death gonna come up and make it a special occasion so everybody can come up for you. No, that's not how that works, bro. So your grandma last year, she would always speak on seeing dead relatives trying to tell her to come with them, or saying she ready to go. Yeah, man, shoot, that's basically, it's certain, from what I done read in my lifetime, it's certain hormones that your body release that cause you to see or think certain things when it's finna shut down. You know what I'm saying? And if you've been around some people who done died, some of them can tell you that they're like, there's certain things you can feel when it's finna shut down. Another aspect, like if your heart finna give out, you extremely cold. You know what I'm saying? Your blood ain't, yeah, that's what I'm telling you, shoot. Yeah, Eddie Guerrero died in a hotel room. People think he died from drugs. He had a heart condition. Brian Pillman had a heart condition. You know what I'm saying? Rick Rude died snorting cocaine. I ain't gonna lie. So did Mr. Perkins. You know what I'm saying? Look at Bob Saget from Full House. That nigga died at a hotel right here in Ponte Vedra. Yeah. Shoot, my homeboy mama died on the toilet. She was using the bathroom and she had a stroke. I told her, man, and I could have been there for that. Oh, I forgot what I was doing. I just ain't happen to be there. Not only did her children see that, but some of our homeboys seen that too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have mercy on us. Old Miss Connie had a stroke on the toilet, bro. That's not the way when you talking about, oh, you died alone. Because once you have a stroke, depending on how serious the stroke is, you unconscious anyway. Because you got two types of strokes. You got a mini stroke. You have a mini stroke, you might could bounce back. If you have a hemorrhagic stroke, that's what Pell had. You're not gonna make it. Yeah, you're not gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? You got to get medical attention immediately. I'm talking about immediately. You have a hemorrhagic stroke, yeah, you probably not gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? Really signs to know if you having a stroke. Yeah, a heart attack, they say it feel like something like an extreme pain in your chest that radiate from your left shoulder blade through your arm. It's the same with a stroke. You know what I'm saying? One way they know if you having a stroke, they tell you to hold your hands over your head, and if they droop down, if your eye twitching, if you get a severe headache, you know what I'm saying? If you can't think straight, and you start slurring your words, you know what I'm saying? The way you know, like, hey, you having a stroke. You know what I'm saying? But people don't know what to look for, so stuff get ignored. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think like your vision go out. Because, you know, a hemorrhagic stroke is basically a blood vessel burst in your brain. It's almost the same as an aneurysm. Because, like, if you have an aneurysm, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to make it. Because I think that's what the dude from No Limit, what it is, Young Breed, that's what they said he had. He had an aneurysm. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to make it. Or take your bare aspirin. Indeed. I mean, there's certain things they tell you to be able to do, like if you have a heart attack by yourself, what to do so you could get some help. They tell you to beat on your chest. It's man, you have a heart attack by yourself, man, and you don't know what to do. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna panic. Especially if you don't know what's going on for real. But yeah, there be people be ready to slide, man. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Cough and breathe forcibly. That's what you gotta do when you have a heart attack and you by yourself till somebody can get there. Who that? But who? Oh, I don't know. They don't really say. That'd be speculation. They say he heard that junk and fell out of the chair. You know, ain't no telling because they don't really specify. I don't even think they would have had a term for stroke and heart attack back then anyway. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Sybil.
Matthew 27 and 50.
Go ahead.
So Yahuah, when he had cried again with a loud voice, he yielded up the Ruach. And behold, the veil of the temple was rent in twain from the top to the bottom. And the earth did quake, and the rocks rent. And the graves were opened, and many bodies of the saints which slept arose, and came out of the grave after his resurrection, and went into the Kadash city, and appeared unto many. Mm-hmm. Now when the centurion and that were with him watching, Yahuah saw the earthquake, and those things that were done, they feared greatly, saying, truly, this was the son of Elohim.
See, righteous men perish, and no men lay at the heart. Nobody laid at the heart. You know what I'm saying? Then they tell you the merciful men are taken away from the evil to come. And you can see that. Now, of course, Ahab wasn't a merciful man per se, but he did the same with Solomon. He said, I ain't going to do this in your time. You know what I'm saying? Your eyes won't have to see this. We finished in Hebrew too, ain't we?
Yeah.
Give me Ephesians 1 and 17. That brother put on there. He said about verse 23.
That the Elohim of our Lord, Yahushua HaMashiach, the Abba of esteem, may give unto you the rock of wisdom and revelation and the knowledge of him, the eyes of your understanding being enlightened, that you may know what is the hope of his calling, and what the riches of the esteem of his inheritance in the saints, And what is the exceeding greatness of his power to us who believe, according to the working of his mighty power, which he wrought upon Mashiach when he raised him from the dead and set him at his own right hand in the heavenly places, far above all principality and power and might and dominion and every name that is named, not only in this world, but also in that which is to come, and have put all things under his feet, and gave him to be the head over all things to the assembly, which is his body, the fullness of him that filleth all in all.
And again, that's him being a ruler over the day. Back to Ezekiel 16:37. Yeah, I happened to see an article about that, Mika, on the strength. I forgot how I seen that about what to do if you have a heart attack and you by yourself. But yeah, I was seeing that there. I'm like, don't people like everybody gonna die alone? Like people say you born alone, but you're not born alone. You're born in a room full of people for the most part. You know what I'm saying? There's doctors and nurses. You might have a midwife or a doula. The daddy might be in there. A whole bunch of people in there. You know what I'm saying? You just not cognizant and aware that all these people are in here. Because, nigga, you can't even think straight. You know what I'm saying? So, there's that. But when you die, man, ain't no guarantee you're going to die with a whole bunch of people around you, man. Shoot. End of the day, shoot. You got to look at people who've been murdered. You know what I'm saying? People who done died in accidents. All type of stuff, man. The same way people say you're supposed to bury your children. I mean, your children's supposed to bury you. You ain't supposed to bury your children. They don't say that in there nowhere. Man, time and chance happen. There's no guarantees for nothing. It's only two guarantees in this world, man. If you live in the United States of America, taxes and death. And that's it. Cause boy, you know, they just showed, man, doggone, nigga won $1 billion on Powerball. This nigga only getting $493 million, man. Looks like it took over half in taxes. That's crazy.
Right.
Man, shoot, man. I don't want to hear that junk. If I want $1 billion, cuz I need to know why you taking a $500,000 of it. How you getting a bigger cut than me? They said that man getting $493 million off of a $1.1 billion jackpot. The government getting more money than him. That's robbery with no mask. And no weapon. They said the same thing about Anshia Joshua. He won $93 million in that fight, and they say he got to pay $46 million in taxes between here and the UK. That's 50% of your bread, bro. They took all that bread so a punk can use the bathroom with you. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. I win $1 billion, man, and you telling me I got 493 million? Hold up, cuz. What you mean? That's why they tell you to take that lump sum, because they know so they can get their cut. Because guess what? They ate from you buying the tickets. They ate from everybody buying the tickets. So they probably made about $500,000 from everybody buying the tickets. Then you're going to take $500,000 from the prize money.
Say, go retire and be happy.
What's happening, man? Never. That's crazy. Oh, come on with it, man.
It say, behold, therefore I will gather all your lovers with whom you have taken pleasure, and all of them that you have loved, with all of them that you have hated. I will even gather them round about against you, and will discover your nakedness unto them, that they may see all your nakedness. And I will judge you as a woman that break wedlock and shed blood are judged, and I will give you blood and fury and jealousy.
Go ahead.
And I will also give you into their hand, and they shall throw down your eminent place, and shall break down your high places. They shall strip you also of your clothes, shall take your fair jewels, and leave you naked and bare. They shall also bring up a company against you. They shall stone you with stones and thrust you through with their swords.
My God, today.
They shall burn your houses with fire, execute judgments upon you in the sight of many women, and I will cause you to cease from playing the harlot.
Cease.
You also shall give no hire anymore, So will I make my fury toward you to rest, and my jealousy shall depart from you, and I'll be quiet and will be no more angry. Because you have not remembered the days of your youth, but have fretted me in all these things. Behold, therefore, I will also recompense your way upon your head. Saith Yahuah Elohim, you shall not commit this lewdness above all.
And again, all these things happen to Mashiach because it tell you he bore your iniquity. So all this wrath, go to the Luke 12 and 49. But you know, of course, he mentioned this from Deuteronomy 32.
I am come to send fire on the Arats. And what will I if it be already kindled?
He said, what will I if it already be what?
Be already kindled.
Now, where does tie into in Deuteronomy where he say if it's already kindled? I need to see if you remember. Deuteronomy 32 and 17.
And they sacrificed unto the devils, not to Elohim, to gods whom they knew not, to new gods that came newly up, whom your fathers feared not. But the rock that begat you, are you unmindful, and have forgotten Elohim that formed you? And when Yahuah saw, he abhorred them because of the provoking of his sons and of his daughters. And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be, for they are a very froward generation, children in whom is no faith.
What else?
They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not Elohim.
What are you going to do?
Provoke me to anger with their vanities. And I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people.
What else?
I provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. For a fire is kindled in my anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell.
Got to burn where?
Unto the lowest hell.
Back to Ezekiel 16 to 42.
So will I make my fury toward you to rest, and my jealousy shall depart from you. I will be quiet and will be no more angry. Because you have not remembered the days of your youth, but have fretted me in all these things. Behold, therefore, I will also recompense your way upon your head, saith Yahuah. You shall not commit this lewdness above all your abominations.
Remember, that's him becoming sin who knew no sin. All that wrath, all that anger that he had for us, that fell on him. Or the reproaches of them that reproach you fell on me. Go ahead.
Behold, everyone that used proverbs shall use this proverb against you, saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter. You are your mother's daughter that loathed her husband and her children. You are the sister of your sisters, which loathed their husbands and their children. Your mother was a Hittite, your father an Amorite.
Abraham and Sarah.
And your elder sister is Samaria.
That's Israel.
She and her daughters that dwell at your left hand, and your younger sister that dwell at your right hand is Sodom and her daughters.
Oh, my.
Yet have you not walked after their ways, nor done after their abominations, but as if it were a very little thing.
You were corrupted.
More than they in all your ways.
As I live.
Saith Yahuah Elohim, Sodom, your sister, have not done, she nor her daughters as you have done, you and your daughters.
Behold.
This was the iniquity of your sister Sodom, pride, fullness of bread.
Oh, and an abundance of what?
Idleness was in
and
her.
in her daughters.
Neither did she strengthen the hand of the poor and needy.
And they were haughty.
And committed abomination before me.
Therefore,
I took them away as I saw good.
And this would tie in what we were talking about a few weeks back in Isaiah 3, when he said, because the daughters of Zion was haughty, and then he named all the things, I'm taking that. And it goes back into what's in the beginning of Ezekiel 16, when he said, I made your hair fair, I gave you jewels, I gave you this. And Yeshurun waxed fat and kicked. So he stripped him of all of that. You know what I'm saying? Let me get that. Continue.
Say, neither have Samaria committed half of your sins, but you have multiplied your abominations more than they, and have justified your sisters in all your abominations which you have done.
Therefore,
you also, which have judged your sisters, bear your own shame for your sins that you have committed more abominable than they. They are more righteous than you. Be you confounded also, and bear your shame, and that you have justified your sisters.
What I bring again?
Their captivity, the captivity of Sodom and her daughters,
and the captivity
of Samaria and her daughters. Then will I bring again the captivity of your captives in the midst of them.
That you may bear
your own shame,
and you may be confounded,
and all that you have done,
and then that you are
a comfort unto them.
When your sister Sodom
and her daughters shall return to their former estate, and Samaria and her daughters shall return to their former estate. Then you and your daughters shall return to your former estate.
Tell them what estate is, man.
That is Kadmah, antiquity, former state or a state of situation, before, origin.
Now, back this up, right? Read verse 55 again.
Say, when your sister Sodom and her daughters shall return to their former estate, and Samaria and her daughters shall return to their former estate, then you and your daughter shall return to your former estate.
John 6 and 62. Make it 6 and 60.
He said, many therefore of his disciples, when they had heard this and said, this is a hard saying, who can hear it? And the Yahuah knew in himself that his disciples murmured at it. He said unto them, does this offend you? What if you shall see the Son of Man ascend up where he was before?
Oh, what if he do what?
See the Son of Man ascend up where he was before.
I mean, he returned to his first estate. Go ahead.
It is the ruach that quickens, the flesh profit nothing.
The word
that I speak unto you, they are ruach and they are life.
Ezekiel 16:55.
When your sister Sodom and her daughter shall return to their former estate, and Samaria and her daughter shall return to their former estate, then you and your daughter shall return to your former estate.
For your sister Sodom
was not mentioned by your mouth in the day of your pride.
Before your wickedness
was discovered, as at the time of your reproach of the daughters of Syria.
All that are round about her.
And the daughters of the Philistines, which despise you round about. You have borne your lewdness and your abomination, saith Yahuah.
For thus saith
Yahuah Elohim,
I even deal with you
as you have done, which have despised the oath and breaking the covenant.
Pause. He said, I will deal with you as you have done. And despising the oath. Tell them what an oath is, man. Slow him, Brother Marcus, man.
That is Allah, oath of covenant. Or you got curse from Elohim, curse from men, execration.
It's Exodus 24 and 1. Let's look at the oath of the covenant.
And he said unto Moses, come up unto Yahuah, you and Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, and 70 elders of Yasharal, and worship you afar off. And Moses alone shall come near Yahuah. They shall not come near, neither shall the people go up with him. Moses came and told the people all the words of Yahuah, all the judgments, and all the people answered with one voice and said, all the words which Yahuah have said will we do.
That's right.
Moses wrote all the words of Yahuah and rose up early in the morning and built an altar under the hill and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Yasharal. And he sent young men of the children of Yasharal, which offered burnt offerings and sacrificed peace offerings of oxen unto Yahuah. Moses took half of the blood and put it in basins, and half of the blood was sprinkled on the altar. And he took the book of the covenant and read in the audience of the people. And they said, all that Yahuah have said will we do and be obedient.
That's the oath of the covenant. He said they've despised that oath and breaking it. Let's go to Isaiah 24 and 1.
Behold, Yahuah make their rats empty and make it waste and turn it upside down.
Upside down.
And scatter abroad the inhabitants thereof. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. The land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for Yahuah has spoken this word. The rats mourn and fade away, the world languish and fade away. The haughty people of the Arats do languish. The Arats also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Why?
Because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant.
The everlasting covenant. Go to Ezekiel 17 and 14. Now, why is breaking this covenant important? What happened in Exodus? They worshiped another god. He threw the 2 tables of stone down as a sign that the covenant had been broken. At that point of the covenant being broken, he could cast these people away. Now, notice he was going to cast these people away, but what was the statement that he was willing to do to make sure that he maintained his word to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? No, that's not what God said. That's what Moses said. What did the Lord say? That he would make sure that if he killed all these people, he would still keep his word to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because when the people were wild, he said, I'm finna kill all these people. And he made a proposition. So what? Yeah, he said, man, I'll kill you. And he said, Moses, I'll raise up a people out of you. And doing that, he's still keeping his word to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He said, you use Moses. He said, I'm going to kill everybody else and use you. Because they despised the oath, they had broken the covenant. Of course, him throwing the tables down and telling him to come back up and make 2 new tables of stone show you that there was going to be a new covenant made. Obviously, some people don't perceive it that way, and that's okay. What we have said?
Ezekiel 17 and 14.
Go ahead.
So that the kingdom might be base, that it might not lift itself up, but that by the keeping of this covenant, keeping of his covenant, it might stand.
Mm-hmm.
But he rebelled against him in sending his ambassadors into Egypt, that they might give him horses and much people. Shall he prosper? Shall he escape that do such things? Or shall he break the covenant and be delivered?
Should he break the covenant and be what?
And be delivered?
Should he break the covenant and be delivered? You think you could be able to break this man covenant and be saved? That's crazy. Go ahead.
As I live, saith Yahuah Elohim,
Indeed.
in the place where the king dwelled, that made him king, whose oath he despised, and whose covenant he break, even with him in the midst of Babylon, he shall die.
He shall what?
He shall die.
You done broke this covenant. But remember, y'all know that he said he devised the means to bring his banished back to him. And he said, I'll make a new covenant with you, not according to the covenant that I made with your fathers when I brought them out of Egypt. I don't think people realize that he definitely qualified that by saying this covenant is not going to be like the first one. It's going to be different. 2 Corinthians 3 and 3.
That for as much as you are manifestly declared to be the epistle of Amashiach, ministered by us, written not with ink, but with the Ruach of the living Elohim, not in tables of stone, but in fleshy tables of the heart.
Not in tables of what?
Not in tables of stone,
but in fleshly
tables of the heart.
What else?
And such trust have we through Amashiach to Elohim word, not that we are sufficient of ourselves.
Yes, sir.
To think anything as of ourselves, but our sufficiency is of Elohim. Who also have made us able ministers of the New Testament, not of the letter.
Not of the what?
Not of the letter.
Because the letter do what?
But of the Ruach, for the letter kill, but the Ruach give life.
And that's the difference between the two. And we could see that in Exodus because Moses' face shining. Because the Ruach give life, the letter kill. And that's all they had in that first covenant. Man, you're going to die. And I think we did last night, looked at passages, dealing with that. How many of y'all had grew up hearing that the Lord died for past, present, and future sins? I've definitely heard people say that repeatedly in my day. You heard that before, Doris? But you seen last night, this man didn't die for past, present, and future sins. He only put to death for past. Not you learn of him, and now you sin in the you got an ace in the hole if you sin in the future. That's not what he will put to death for. Read Galatians 2 and 14 real quick.
Yeah, I haven't heard that term, but I know some Christians feel like, well, he died for our sins, so if I down this bottle and go do whatever
right
tonight, I can use repentance.
Yeah. Now see, that's different. Sister Regina and Brother Ernest say they done heard that before. Say it would be impossible to establish a covenant if past, present, and future. And that's correct, though. You know what I'm saying? But that's something. I think that's a way that they give people information to keep you in a state of sin. Oh, he died for past, present, and future sins. So whatever you done did, he died for that. If you're doing something right now, he died for that. And if you do something in the future, he died for that. Nevertheless, the word don't say that. You know what I'm saying? But that's how that's communicated to people. And when you hear something long enough and repeated enough, then you think that that's in the text. Like that's really a thing, and it's really not a thing. So you never heard it specifically, but I'm sure it was implied. Well, I could believe that. Barry said he done heard it. So I've heard people say it in conversation before I was in the word. I haven't heard anybody say it recently. That's more of a Christian thought process than anything. But yeah, that's where it comes from. Go ahead, man.
Saying, when I saw that they walked not uprightly according to the truth of the gospel, I said unto Peter before them all, if you, being a Yahudim, look after the manner of Gentiles, and not as do the Yahudim, why compel you, the Gentiles, to live as do the Yahudim? We who are Yahudim by nature, and not sinners of the Gentiles, knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law, but by the faith of Yahushua HaMashiach. Even we have believed in Yahushua HaMashiach, that we might be justified by the faith of Amashiach, and not by the works of the law, but by the works of the law.
Shall no flesh be justified?
But if while we seek to be justified by Amashiach,
and we be found
sinners, therefore Amashiach, the minister of sin,
is he a servant of sin? God what?
Forbid.
For if I rebuild,
Again, the things which I destroyed,
that make myself a what? A rebel. You know what I'm saying? So if you got sins that you commit in present and in the future, that would make you a rebel. You know what I'm saying? That would mean you despise the oath and broke the covenant. You know what I'm talking about? And that's the difference. Not a situation like we discussed what's in Hebrews 10 and 25 or 26, where he say if you commit a sin out of ignorance or unintentionally or out of weakness, we talking about, well, you know what you're doing. I seen a dude say, and we done talked about this before, and some people don't like to hear it because they think that you condone it. Like, is there an explicit verse that say, don't go have sex with that woman if you're not married? No, it's not. But you know what it tell you that? To not be lascivious and not to operate in uncleanliness or behavior that would bring shame. You know what I'm saying? Or if that woman is not betrothed, meaning she's not promised to another man, and you lay with her, what you got to do, sis? You got to marry her. Now, of course, we're not living in the times where she stayed with her daddy and you would have to pay a dowry to her daddy for his virgin daughter who you just deflowered. So remember, he said, the Ruach giveth life and the letter kill. So then you have to be able to, what is the spirit of the law? If you have sex with that woman, you got one or two options. Because hold on, let me ask you this here. What does the law say if you lay with a woman who isn't betrothed? And what two options does the father have? He got two options. What are they?
You said if you lay with her and she's not betrothed?
And she's not betrothed. Because if you lay with a woman who's betrothed, you've committed adultery. You know what I'm talking about? And you and her getting stoned.
She's not betrothed. Y'all can get married or he can say no.
That's the two options. You can pay him a dowry, which is going to be of an exorbitant amount than usual, or he can say no, and you still got to pay something. You know what I'm saying? So how do you handle that in 2025? If you find yourself in that type of scenario, you marry that woman or you leave her alone. He can say no. He get paid either way.
Yeah, you got to pay the dowry.
Yeah, he get paid
Or
either
no,
way.
and just give me money.
No, he get paid either way. It ain't even no giving him money. He getting paid either way. That's cultural custom. Well, that's what the law say. Get it for him. Said Exodus 22 and 13. Yeah, he get paid either way. You lay with my daughter, and I ain't promised her to you, because now you done diminished her value as far as in the community is concerned culturally, because now she not no virgin. Go.
It said, if it be torn in pieces, let him bring it for witness. He shall not make good.
Might be 22.
Verse 16.
Come on, Exodus 22 and 16.
It said, if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
Tell him what endow means.
That is mahar, to obtain or acquire by paying purchase price to give a dowry.
He said, you'll surely do it. He said, but if the father
utterly refuse to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgin.
So he still got to pay it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you kind of seen with Dinah and Seacham. You know what I'm talking about? That man laid with a woman who was not betrothed. The daddy got to be like, man, hell no. He told them people had to be circumcised to fool with him. But y'all know what happened. Listen. You should. Oh, that's it. That's the end of that. So you got to pay. You know what I'm saying? That man say no. So obviously, they're not in a time period where you're living in your father's house and you're a virgin. Niggas grown and they not virgins. So what does that mean? How do you handle that? You either got to marry that woman or leave her alone. You know what I'm saying? I told you about this before by somebody who I actually know was in this type of situation, and he married a woman he shouldn't have married, and he damn near killed her. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about in the literal sense. Because I don't think she cared for him, and I don't think he cared for her. I think it was more the aspect that they were having relations, and he felt like he had to marry her. You know, we told him, like, bro, you ain't got to marry her. Just leave her alone. Because she was disrespectful out the mouth on a regular basis. Then I told you, you know what was the final straw that led him to wrap his hands around this woman's throat? To the point, I'm dead serious, because he said, man, he realized when he looked like, oh, she finna die. And he let her go. He had them blacked out. They got into it about breakfast sausage. Because she has a son. And basically she was telling her son, if it's the last of something, you get it. Screw him. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't necessarily about the breakfast sausage. It was about the continual, like, Yeah, you might pay for everything in here. You might do this, you might do that, but nigga, you last in here. And the continual verbal disrespect and belittling and all that dumb, man, and they got into it and that nigga snapped. You know what I'm saying? And it's not the aspect that he justified in his deeds, but boy, people are human beings, man. You know what I'm saying? And he had reached the end of his rope. I'm like, brother, you get to the point that you got so angry that you wrapped your hands around a nigga throat, you ain't never fooled with her like that. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, she ain't never fooled with you like that to verbally egg you on to do that because she was intentionally antagonizing this man. You know what I'm saying? Some people be like, that don't give you no reason to do that, but you can't be intentionally antagonizing somebody and then be shocked when they respond. Because everybody don't have that level of deference and self-control to be like, man, this whole trip. Nah, that nigga finna kill you, ho. You know what I'm saying? Nah, for real though. Like that nigga say, boy, she was starting to get the eye bulging out the head and the girdle. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, he left for that day. He never went back. You know how serious that was? That man didn't even come back and get his stuff. He didn't even come back and get his last check. He told baby, you could have that. That's how serious it was for him. Like he did not go back. You know, niggas ain't leaving no check. That nigga left his last check. That nigga moved to a whole nother state. Got him a snow bunny. Now, I'm dead serious though. There you go. You went and got him a white girl.
And she gonna listen.
That's why.
Oh, I know white women don't listen. Man, that's just internet talk, man. Niggas don't like that junk from no woman, man. It's only weird niggas who like that stuff, man. Niggas don't like that junk from no woman. Niggas don't like a man who got any type of self-respect. He don't give a damn if it's a Spanish woman, a black woman, a white woman. That nigga don't like that junk. That junk is not attractive or cool. And if he done had sex with her enough times, he's sick of that junk. Yeah, he's sick of that junk. Yeah, man. That's just what niggas like to get on the internet and say, I've been around niggas in real life. That nigga like, man, this Spanish hoe crazy, bro. Sick of this hoe. You know what I'm saying? That nigga Bill Maher, a real live douchebag. But he said something real one time. I think he was talking about Halle Berry in context of this conversation. It was years ago. He said, man, you show me a beautiful woman and I show you a man tired of having sex with her. You know what I'm saying? Man, all that junk box, man, look here, man, that junk sound good for them first 90 days. Niggas say that goofy behind junk. Be with her for 5-6 years, but that junk get old. Niggas like, oh, I spicy. Like, that nigga hate that hoe. You want to hit that hoe with a frying pan. You know what I'm saying? It just dudes don't leave. So they just sit there and deal with it because they're not going to leave for the most part. You know what I'm saying? They're just going to sit there and be like, sit with his homeboys and be like, man, I got to go back home to this crazy behind hoe. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know it. I watch that hoe. She cut niggas. Yeah, niggas don't like that junk. Niggas just say that junk on the internet. I've been around niggas who fool with Puerto Rican chicks and all that type of junk. Man, them niggas hated that junk. Niggas be miserable. Because what they end up doing is they just stop putting up a fight. You know what I'm saying? At first they thought it was cool because it led to some freaky sex. You know what I'm saying? But after about 2-3 years, he be like, man, that sex ain't that good. This whole crazy. But I'm ain't gonna lie to you, white women like that too, though. White women just because this is the dominant society, it doesn't get put out there that they behave like that. I done told you that plenty of times before. If you've been around white people, you know this. You know what I'm saying? White women don't listen. They're extremely disrespectful. They real bossy and controlling. You know what I'm saying? The whole aspect of having a man cave and all this stuff come from white men trying to get away from their wife. So that's why I always trip when I hear black women say white women don't talk about their wives like this. Yes, they do. And they always have. I literally just seen a story where this white man killed his wife and his stepdaughter because they changed the football game off the TV. Do you know how mad you got to be to kill a nigga about changing the TV? That wasn't about changing the TV. That nigga was sick of that lady. He killed the stepdaughter too, and he killed himself. Like you say, that's overcompensation after you've been tolerant, man. Look here, man. I'm telling you, man. Niggas be hating on white women, man. You don't hear about no black men killing their wives like them white men be killing their wives, man. White men had 3-4 kids. They say the only way I can be free is to kill her and all the children. What did the children do? You ain't never heard of black men faking their death to get away from their wife? He crack a fake their death to get away from this woman, man. Do you know how committed you got to be to fake your death to get away from a nigga? You just didn't leave. I'm going to act like I died.
Have a whole funeral and everything.
Funeral and everything. Tell you I'm missing that seat. I'm telling you, niggas romanticize white people, man, because you look at them as the standard of whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, matter of fact, this happened on Christmas Day, literally. It was one of them 3 games. It could have been the Dallas-Washington game, the Minnesota-Detroit game, or it could have been the Denver-Kansas City game. But they said that white woman came in there and changed that channel. And that man shot and killed that woman. And some people like, he killed over a game. He ain't kill over a game.
He been at you too.
That man been ready to kill his hoe. Man, look at man. White men sit around and look at their family like, man, I wonder what would happen if I just killed everybody in here. See, niggas leave. They tell you they go in the store for bread, cigarettes, milk, and never come back. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna kill nobody. He just not gonna come back. White dudes kill the whole family and themselves. That's crazy. I'm telling you, man. There's a lot of stereotypes out here.
I think it's in China. They have a company that help men like disappear off the face of the earth. So you pay.
Yeah, get away from
so
their
help
life.
you disappear, like so they meet their families and stuff like that. And private trains.
Telling you, get away from their wife. Well, you got to really hate a woman, man, to fake your own death to get away from her. Say, Chloe, who that is, Emma? I don't know who that is. That's a lot. That's a lot. Like, I'm telling you, man. I be telling y'all like how I know that, man. You know, black women man, I'm gonna tell you something, black men take a hell of a lot more things from women than other races of men will deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like, black men are less inclined to say, because I just read a thread about this before I got here, right? Because it was like basically like if a woman say something about her dude, they like take it as, oh, he reversing it back on me because he's saying something about what I be doing, because niggas hold that junk in for a long time. They give a lot more grace and passes that women don't give. So if this nigga doing something that you don't like, you finna let him know it might have been 45 things you did that he didn't care for, but he ain't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And not even necessarily not saying nothing because he don't want no conflict. Like, you know what? She having a bad day. I'm going to give her a pass. She on her period. I'm going to give her a pass. She got postpartum. I'm going to give her a pass. Black women don't give a nigga no pass like that. In general. You know what I'm saying? He did something. Oh, he always leave the toilet seat up. She snapped. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you leave your drawers in the bathroom all the time. You know what I'm saying? Clothes everywhere all the time, but talking about you picking up after me. You know what I'm saying? But niggas don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Then when he say something, oh, you trying to throw it back on me because that man like, God damn, you coming at me with this junk, man, and you got a whole laundry list of junk you be in here doing. Ho, I ain't never said nothing. You know what I'm saying? Now, white men, they gonna bottle that junk up, and when they say something, they gonna get violent. You know what I'm saying? And Spanish men too. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, man, black men are probably the most lenient race of men on the planet as it pertains to interacting with their woman. You know what I'm saying? Compared to other races of men. Because, you know, white men be ready. Bop, bop, bop. He gonna go upside the head. No regard, no thought. See, but you don't know that because they're not gonna plaster that on TV that these white men be beating on their women like this. And that they be killing. All you ever hear on the internet talking about is black men killing black women, don't it? But them white men be killing them white women. Some of the biggest known stories you ever seen, you only know about Lacey Peterson because why? Her husband killed her. You know what I'm saying? You know Scott Peterson because he murked his wife. You know how many stories I've seen on 48 Hours and Dateline about white men killing their wife and kids. I seen a white man say he got his wife pregnant. He was like, I can't afford this baby. So in his mind, he said, I know what to do. I'm going to kill everybody. Shalom, Quran, man. Yahuah Baruch, man. Like, for real, bro. You know how crazy that is? Man, you know how many stories I done seen of white men killing their whole family because their wife got pregnant? I can't afford this baby. I'm going to kill her. Nigga like, God damn, cuz. You ain't think about birth control? That you just went to, I'm a killer. Niggas don't do that. Oh man, she pregnant with another baby, bro. I don't know. He gonna go commit a crime. He ain't gonna kill her. You know what I'm saying? He might start scamming or sell some drugs or get another job. You don't click in his brain like, you know what to do. I'm a killer because I can't afford this baby. Or he gonna leave and be like, well, she a single mom. Now I'm out of here. I can't afford this baby. I'm finna dip. I mean, I'm saying it in a particular tone, but that's just black men don't do that in general. You know what I'm saying? And this is, you talking about the men who are the poorest demographic of men in the United States of America, and they don't do this. I ain't never seen a story. I ain't saying it don't happen. I ain't never seen a story of a black man killing his old lady because she pregnant. He can't afford the baby. I ain't never seen one. You ever seen one? I done seen about 6, 7 white men doing it. I'm talking about, y'all ever watch 48 Hours? You watch 48 Hours? You ain't never watched 48 Hours. What channel come on? Come on, CBS. It's a big eye on them. You watch Dateline?
She's too young for Dateline.
Dateline used to come on NBC. It was 48 Hours. Then you had a show called 2020 on ABC. These were shows that these were long form journalist shows that was on the big 3 networks in the 90s and early 2000s. ABC had 2020, NBC had Dateline, CBS had 48 Hours. You know what I'm saying? It'd be an hour show, and they would just do this about crimes. And every crime on every one of them shows was always white men. Every time. White men. You don't see no black men on there. You know what I'm saying? You ain't get black men on stuff till you got Spike TV and hood nigga stuff. White men. You know what I'm saying? Now, First 48 different because that's actual homicide cases. So you could get some black people here, some white people here. I just watched one about some Spanish niggas in Gwinnett County. Nigga had a party, some people they ain't want to come over there, and they just go to shooting, and they shot their homeboy in the back by accident. You know what I'm saying? They then tried to lie about it. Them niggas was shooting at us. Nigga got a bullet in his back. Got him on tape shooting. Talking about that ain't me. They show him the tape. That's not me. You got the same clothes on. Like this was the same day. Like, bro, you got on the same clothes.
You're supposed to keep denying it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's A&E. First 48 is different because they actually following around detectives. What they used to do on, you don't know about Dateline with Catch a Predator? He still do them shows. Chris Hansen. Everybody who at a certain age know about Chris. They would set somebody up who think they finna get some young yams. That nigga pop out the door. hey, sir, how you doing? It's Chris Hansen, Dateline NBC. Did you know this was a 13-year-old child you were coming to see?
They be trying to get up and run. Police waiting outside the door.
One dude, he was like, I don't want to talk. He kept reading the text message. So you wanted to fondle with her butt. She like, sir, I don't want to talk. So again, he just keep on talking.
It's a dude that do that.
Yeah. That's what after a while, Dateline stopped doing other shows and just focused on Chris Hansen doing the Catch a Predator. And eventually they booted him off the show. They don't even run Dateline no more. So, but yeah, Catch a Predator got real, real popular. Basically, he would go along with whatever police jurisdiction of a sting of catching dudes messaging underage kids trying to meet up for sex. And you'll be surprised how many nasty niggas into that. Oh, that's their new thing now. Yeah, but now let your kids get on Roblox because the nigga trying to roll their block. You know what I'm talking about? These people out here nasty. Say somebody in your city do the same thing. He black though. Yeah, Gwinnett County, Georgia. First 48 only be in the same cities, man. They had a run in Miami, but mainly they be in Mobile, Tulsa. Yeah, Memphis. But shoot, it's been a while. I ain't seen no new Memphis episodes in a while, or Detroit. The newer ones I see, they be in Memphis, not in Memphis, they be in Tulsa, they be in Gwinnett County, Georgia, and they be in Mobile, Alabama. Yeah, that's older ones when they was in Miami. You know what I'm saying? They probably rotate. It probably just depends on what jurisdictions will allow them to follow their detectives around. Where we at? I'll read me Deuteronomy 22 and 13. Yeah, first 48 is different because it's really showing as much as they can without putting too much out there, how they go about a homicide investigation. So you can see that junk ain't like what you're watching on Law and Order. Like, hey, because it's a lot of episodes of first 48 where they ain't catch nobody. You know what I'm saying? Or niggas got off. On TV, everybody go to prison. In real life, they don't catch nobody. More often than not. I'd probably say about maybe 45 to 65% of the time, depending on where you're at, they don't catch nobody. That's why they say if you don't find a lead in the first 48, this junk going cold. Go ahead.
Say, if any man take a wife and go in unto her and hate her and give occasion to speech against her.
Now you can drop down. We don't need to read about you talking bad about her. And verse 22.
If a man be found lying with a woman married to a husband, they shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman. So shall you put away evil from Yahuah.
If a damsel
that is a virgin be betrothed unto a husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her,
then you shall bring them both
out unto the gate of that city.
And to do what to them?
Stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, because she cried not, being in the city, and the man, because he had humbled his neighbor's wife.
Now, what he's saying is, if she cried not, meaning if this woman was sexually assaulted, if it was a sexual assault, and notice he said in the city, that means you somewhere where someone can hear you. So if you didn't cry out, that means you were with it, is what it's communicating. A lot of people skip over the fact that it says, if he find her in the city and lie with her. So this meaning you ain't out on the outskirts nowhere. You got to remember, it's not like being in the city in 2025. If somebody caught you at your house and physically assaulted you, nobody might not hear you. But in that time period, somebody probably would have heard you. So he's saying if you didn't cry out, you had to be with it then. Some people don't like that verbiage. It says what it says. It is what it is. Go ahead.
He's saying the man, because he had humbled his neighbor's wife, so shall you put away evil from among you.
Because he's looking at it as, you knew you had a husband, you knew that was somebody's wife, and you went out there and did that, so you died. Go ahead.
Okay, but if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die.
Tell him what force means. Because we're going to read where he tell you sexual assault is as the same as murder. If you rape a woman word-wise, it's the same as murder. And it said, whosoever sheds man's blood, by man must his blood be shed. That's how he look at rape.
Forces, kazak, strength and prevail, to harden to be strong, become strong, be courageous, be firm.
So if you overpower her, you die, she don't. Because some people say, why don't the Bible speak on pedophilia? I mean, because more than likely that probably wasn't a thing. It was a thing with the Greeks as time went on, but that probably wasn't a thing in the in ancient antiquity in that area before. Now we know that he didn't let Tamar marry his son before he was of age, because I just seen some people going back and forth talking about Mary was 12 and 14 years old when she married with Joseph, talking about scholars said this. Scholars just making stuff up because the book don't say none of that. And I don't see anything culturally that shows that they were marrying women that young. You see stuff like that in the Talmud, post-Babylon from the rabbis and things of that nature, stating that if a woman got on a cycle, then somebody could lay with it and all that there. But you don't see him co-signing none of that in the text. Or he caught someone you went to school with and didn't know he was gay or a predator. I used to be cool with him in high school. So the dude in my city called a 19-year-old who was in the politics too, bruh, step down. Look at, man, there's a lot of faggots out here. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
it's a lot of faggots out here, man. It's a bundle of sticks. Shoot. What are you talking about? That's what a faggot is. Well, by definition, that's what it is. It's a bundle of sticks. It's a lot of them out here. You know what I'm saying? It's wintertime. People gathering them up right now, put them in a fireplace. And nevertheless, it's definitely a lot of undercover homosexuals out here who prey on young boys' butts. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Say people more mad at him for pretending to be a minor and catching predators than they are at the predators. Ain't that something? You mad at him because he trying to get this nasty nigga off the street. That's people for you. How you gonna pretend to do this here? Why is this nigga wanting to have sex with a 12-year-old? You ain't even ask yourself that question. How he got turned on by that? How did he wake up and say, you know what's a great idea? Let me get on social media and find a 13-year-old and see if I can come over there and play with his butt. Come on, man. These people crazy, bro. But that's how people be, though. You mad? You gonna be mad with him because he putting him out there. Why you pretending to be 12? Why he like 12-year-olds? Did you ask yourself that? Man, you know how many times they do busts in Jacksonville catching some of these white men and some of these black dudes with child pornography on their computer? Why is you at the house with that on your computer, blood? What is you got going on? How that even turn you on? Nah, them people ain't hurt. Them niggas nasty. You don't know? No, sisters say hurt people, hurt people. I can't give him that pat. That nigga ain't hurt. That nigga nasty. You know what I'm saying? Now, unless he was sexually assaulted as a child, might give you a pass to understand how you would replicate that behavior. Not because they say the vast majority of child sexual predators will sexually abuse themselves. You know what I'm saying? No, I mean, that's what leads you down that path. A lot of because they go to thinking that that's normal behavior. I can't say it's an excuse because ain't nobody ever played with my butt, so I don't know. Some of them don't feel bad about it. They think it's normal. Now, see, there's a different. There are different types of victims. It's different type of victims when it comes to that. So you have certain victims who that happened to them, and they respond like, "Okay, I hate sex. I don't want nobody touching me." You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. You got some that respond and become promiscuous. You know what I'm saying? You got some say if it's a little boy, he confused. He don't know if he like women or like men. You know what I'm talking about? And then you got some because depending on their abuser, they think adult child sexual interaction is normal. So when they become of age, they just replicate because in their mind, this is just what people do. They don't even think nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? And then some niggas just be messed up for real. You know what I mean? Like it's different when it's not a one size fit all when it comes to that because that is a literal definition of trauma that's going to alter the way that your brain works, and everybody don't respond the same. You know what I'm saying? Because I done seen stories. When I say stories, I'm talking about on Dateline and stuff like that. Like them niggas got touched on, they thought it was normal. Like I was 12, nigga was playing with my butt. I just thought that's what you did. Especially when they keep them isolated. You know what I'm saying? And then usually this might be their only sexual experiences with this pervert. So they just replicate it because they think it's normal. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times it'd be the former two. They either absolutely abhor sexual conduct or they become extremely promiscuous. Now, little boys, some of them get confused. They go to thinking they might be gay. That's why people be clowning. We'll clown about it, but the reality is, like when you look at what Eddie Long did, that boy would groom them boys from about 9, 10, play with their butt till they were about 14, 15, discard. So now somebody look at how could you let him do that? But he done psychologically ramrodded you, you know what I'm saying, for 3, 4, 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So now you stuck in limbo. Do I like men? But this is a child. You know what I'm saying? But men don't get a lot of space when it comes to that type of stuff. Just like I seen Ryan Davis made a post, which is true, that the reality is that you were molested. If you had 14, 15, 16 years old, you were knocking down a grown woman. You know what I'm saying? But for men, societally in this country, you're going to be looked at as, yeah, boy, well, you had you a cougar. You know what I'm saying? But the reality is that junk could have messed up the way that you even view and interact with women. This whole 40 years old. You 16. What? Because if the situation was reversed and that was a man, niggas be like, oh no. They would want to hang him from a tree. You know what I'm saying? But since he's a young man, he gonna get celebrated because he took down this grown woman. Ain't nobody really gonna look at the fact of why this 40-year-old woman want this 16-year-old boy. I mean, a lot of them just want it because they feel like he's 16, he gonna be long, strong, and all night long. Since she want to feel young again, she want to get her groove back. Because you know the crazy part is, all jokes aside, women who usually be that old that mess with young boys like that, they be tricking off on them jits. You know what I'm saying? Like some of them look at she trying to control them, and she really did. She looking for some young, you know what I'm talking about, kielbasa, and she finna get this, get that, get this, and all that there. You know what I'm saying? He make me feel good. She gonna take care of it. That's why a lot of dudes don't look at it like, oh, she did something to me. Because not only did he get some relations, he actually got something out of it. So in his mind, it wasn't that bad. See, there's something to that, because sometimes comes out in psychotherapy after being repressed. You say, what the you know why it's, hey man, I can't explain to you why people participate in sexual degeneracy and perversion of this nature. You'd have to talk to each individual. Some people just freaking. Now, I'll tell you the wild part of that, a lot of nasty, because people just don't like to talk about how nasty and rotten some women can be with this here, man. They'll get little boys, make them eat their coochie. This is a little boy. This is a 10, 11-year-old boy. You know what I'm saying? You're 30 years old. Why is you on that? But somebody look at it, yeah, boy, you a man today. No, he ain't no man. That whole nasty. But she's not going to get the ridicule societally like that. She should, though. That's why you're seeing a lot more teachers go to jail for having sex with students, because there's more and more younger teachers in school. Like when we was in school, it wasn't no 25, 30-year-old woman. It wasn't no good-looking women that's no teacher. These ladies, oh. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I had one when I got to high school. Miss Taylor, she was fine as hell, too. Black lady. You know what I'm saying? That's how you can tell it's rare, because I can remember. You know what I'm saying? Man, my third grade teacher, Miss Abstein, man, they looked like Betsy Ross. They were old. You know what I'm saying? Miss Whitfield wasn't old. In fourth grade teacher, old, but she was older. Like you got women who are teaching in high school that are not that far in age from her students. So therefore, to a certain degree, she can relate to them. That make it easy for them young jits to come through and take her down. Guess what? Don't nobody have no problem with it. Don't nobody put them women on blast for sleeping with them little boys like that. They put the men on blast. Though. They definitely put that nasty nigga on blast at Douglas Anderson. Y'all heard it? It was some dude that Douglas Anderson got caught up, man, messing with them students. Locked this funky behind up.
Oh, yeah, that's the, I'm talking about. Yeah, that's the one I just, it's the teacher's wife. It's so sad.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
They just got married.
You just get married, find out your husband a pervert.
Yeah.
Ain't that son? You would rather you get married and find out he was a drug lord than a pervert. He probably was sitting at the door. Look at him. Man, listen, man. You know you're dealing with nasty niggas. See, if you from the hood, you done heard this one here before with old pervert. You know what these niggas in the hood used to say, boy? She got 2-3 more pecan seasons. You nasty bastard. Oh, you ain't never heard that before? Oh, I done heard them nasty grown niggas around my hood say that.
2-3 pecan seasons.
It is. Man, I heard that John so many times, man. Nasty nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we from Zone 3. So, you know, the children's homes on Spring Park. You know about that? You know about the children's homes on Spring Park? So, you know, there's a lot of people I grew up with, male and female, that lived in there. You know what I'm saying? They're usually people who be wars or, you know, certain stuff go down. That's where they stayed at. You know what I'm saying? Man, them grown niggas around there in Zone 3 used to catch them young girls and damage them. I'd be like, bro, you 32. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, you dipping in our whole pool. What is you doing? Nigga, you got life insurance, nigga. You say got out on bail only to get caught in Polk County. Hell no. Say he went to school with somebody got caught with a student and he was messing with him for 2 years. Say one teacher did and married the girl, but he kept on perverting. That's wild. Nah, for real though, bro. I ain't gonna call no names, you know what I'm saying? But it was definitely dudes like this here. That you talking about 95, 96, I'm 15, 16, 97, 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? You know, in Spring Park, we played basketball with grown men and our peers, man. Spring Park is right, the park right here, the children's home right here. Man, they used to be catching them young girls, man, damaging them. I'd be like, y'all niggas is nasty. Never in my days when I became a grown adult that I thought to myself, let me hang out where the young girls at.
I feel like when you young and you got daddy issues, like I was telling him, like I knew girls that Reebok, they had the grown men had cars, so it was like, oh, I'm gonna this car. They didn't think nothing of it. They ain't think nothing of it. Like
I know that. I mean, nigga, I lived in the 90s, nigga. I can think of a girl I worked with at KFC. I ain't go to Wolf. She went to Wolf. I ain't go to Wolf. That young chick was fine as hell. She was about my age, about a year or two younger than me, because I had done graduated from high school. So I was probably about 18. She might have been 16, 17. She had old. That nigga had to be about 25, 26 years old. Dope boy, mashing her. Picking up, and she feel like she the man when she come through, because she with the grown man. You know what I'm talking about? Baby, you in 11th grade. This nigga is damaging your whole life. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? You might go to jail, ho. Yeah, this nigga got kids. This nigga sell crack, baby. You like to say this is exhilarating. Oh, I done had chicks say it's the danger. Baby, you finna dangerously die. What's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? But nah, I ain't never get into that when I was 21, 22. Like, let's find where the young girls at. Man, I'm not going to jail for that. Man, I do not want to be in the kind of nigga be like, boy, what you in here for? You don't want to say, and a nigga done caught you winning your cell when you ain't there and find that paperwork. That's what you in here for. I want to proudly be able, I'm in here for crack, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm in here for. You know what I'm saying? Drugs, nigga. Not lewd and lascivious on a minor. No.
Can't say what you in there for.
Yeah, no, man. Look at, man. It's a dude I knew from Atlantic Beach, man. I can't fool with that boy. That boy in the state prison right now for that. And they talking about on a child under 12. I said, oh my God. But I knew that nigga though, because that nigga liked them young hoes when we was on that beach. Boy, you was telling nigga, boy, she too young, boy. You know what I'm saying? Now he younger than me, but I'm like, boy, she too young, boy. Better leave that little girl alone, nigga. What's wrong with you, boy? You know what I'm saying? Nigga don't be wanting to listen. You don't want to go to jail for that. I don't want that associated with my name. Man, you don't want that on your name, man. I told you, man, when we were younger, them niggas had that white girl out there in Royal Point. If you don't know where Royal Point is, that beach and parental home, them apartments that's say if you coming from off the Hart Expressway, going down beach, them apartments right there on the left. When you gotta get there, you can make that line. Look here, man, them nigga had that white girl talking about you gonna come through that? Hell no. Nah. Number one, nigga, I don't run no trains. I don't want to be in. No, I'm good on that. You know what I'm talking about? And two, y'all talking about you got a white girl in there? Yeah, I'm straight. You know what happened? She screamed rape. All the niggas went to jail. You know what I'm saying? They found out she was lying. That's the only reason why they ain't catch nothing. The boy went to DDC. I see, that's why you don't fool them white chicks, boy. You can't be in there 4, 5, 6 deep talking about you finna run one on this white girl. Now she changed her mind when her daddy found out that his daughter's a slut bucket. Now you around here going to jail for sexual assault. Nah, bro. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Can't you live your life like that? But listen to what the Lord say he feel about that. Yeah, I ain't going to jail for that, man. Yeah, I mean, we were along Atlantic Beach. This chick was like, I like it, such. I say, man, you know, shorty. You like, yeah, she 14. I said, man, get the hell out of my face. You know what I'm saying? I was like 21. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know. I don't know how old she. Because man, we posted up at the store where we hustle at. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? You seeing everybody come through the store because I'm posted up doing, handling financial transactions. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? Handling business, you know what I'm saying? She want to get down. I'm like, all right, cool. You look, you cool. Nigga say, yeah, man, she 14. Oh, man, get the hell out of my face. You can't do nothing with that. Nigga, you in the 9th grade. Baby, I'm 3 years removed from high school, man. I can't do nothing with you. That's jail. That's jail, my nigga. I ain't going to jail for that. I was only gonna go to jail for 2 things, man. 3, maybe 3. If I had a job, I'm gonna go to jail for grand theft because I'm gonna steal from them people. You know what I'm talking about? If I'm working at a fast food restaurant, sure as doo-doo's thing, I'm gonna hit them people across the head if I can. You know what I'm saying? Murder and crack. Not murder because I'm a killer, but hey man, if it's me or you and I got a weapon, it's gonna be you. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And maybe possession of a firearm by convicted felon. That's it. I don't do no burglaries. I don't do no robberies. I don't do no home invasions. I don't do no cyber crime. I don't do none of that. I don't do none of that. I ain't doing none of that, man. Weed and crack. I don't want to stick to what you know. That's what they told you. Don't go chasing waterfalls, man. Stick to the rivers and the streams that you used to. This is what I know. Stay with that. Going to jail for lewd and lascivious is dastardly conduct. You know what I'm saying? And to voluntarily do that. See what I just found out? Told him my homeboy son, he in jail for that, man. But he didn't know the girl was underage. He didn't lay with her though. He got into it with the mama. The mama was acting like she was the daughter. But the brother didn't know that girl was underage. He wasn't that old himself. He was only 18 as damn self. So he think this is a 17-year-old girl. The whole time she like 13, 14 years old, but he didn't know that. But when he went to go meet her, he brought his fire with him. You know what I'm saying? The mama went to settle out, and they allege he up fire. Police come, they chase him, they shoot him 4 times. And he ended up going to jail. And he in prison for resisting arrest with violence. I didn't even know that was a felony. Come on, Sim.
It said, but unto the damsel you shall do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death.
No sin worthy of
death.
death.
When a man rise against his neighbor and slay him, even so is this matter.
Even so is this matter. This is what it said, but it said a man that when a man rises his neighbor and slay him, it's the same deal. And he tell you if you be found in the field and the damsel cried and don't nobody save her, hold on. They go to the next one, verse 28.
For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin,
which is not betrothed,
and lay hold on her
and lie with her,
may be found.
That man that lie with her shall give unto the damsel
his father 50 shekels of silver,
and she shall be his wife,
because he hath humbled her.
He may not put her away
all his days.
He say if you do that, you can't even divorce her. You got to stay with her for the rest of your life. And he shall not take his father's wife nor the covenant. That's just how the game go. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. A lot of people look at it as the word was a lot more oppressive to women and stuff like that there because it don't speak on this and that and the third. But you know, society has changed as much as maybe what it went on then to what go on now. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that, cuz. Where you was at before that? Well, we good in Ezekiel 6. Oh, we talking about them breaking that covenant. Read me Ezekiel 17 to 19 one more time. Yeah, this lady don't tell. That's just word wise. That's the only thing you can marry or you gonna leave her alone. But just steady running up in her with no intentions on making her your wife. Yeah, you out of pocket. That's lasciviousness right there. You working uncleanliness. Because that's not godly conduct. Because you knew you ain't had no intentions on marrying this woman, and you just laying with the woman because you know that you can. But some people like to get in this thing and try to act like women are just so gullible and nigga taking advantage of her. No, you was on that type of time right along with him, baby. Because if you ain't want to do it, you wouldn't have been doing it with him. So you were doing it because that's what you wanted to do. Because you ain't want to get married either. You just wanted some wee-wee. Go ahead.
So therefore, thus saith Yahuah Elohim, as I live, surely my oath that he hath despised and my covenant that he hath broken, even it will I recompense upon his own head.
Read verse 59, chapter 16. Yeah, because a lot of people be in there where they be acting like these men be taking advantage of these women. There ain't nobody taking advantage of nobody, man. You grown niggas know what they doing. That's what you wanted to do.
But thus saith Yahuah Elohim, I will even deal with you as you have done, which have despised the oath and breaking the covenant.
Now read Isaiah 24 and 5, because we literally had a conversation with a lady. Nigga did do the lady dirty. The nigga knocked her down and then blocked her. She was pregnant and all. That's when I told you how bad your sex got to be. Nigga had sex with you one time and block you. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. But when we asked her like how long you known the man, and she told us, and then she told us her age, and she was in her 40s. We're like, oh, you stupid. Like, ain't nobody taking advantage of you. You 41 years old. You got grown. You got a son Griffin to graduate high school. Nobody taking advantage of you. You tooted it and booted it, and that nigga got them yams and scram. You know what I'm saying? Because as a grown woman, why is you having sex with a nigga you only known for 3-4 months? Talking about you in the word. You can't be that simple. Yeah, that nigga got your engine going, and you took your goofy behind around there because you were desperate for a man. I'm talking about, this the remix to Ignition. Fresh out the kitchen. That's what Johnny's song right there. But Johnny was like, he used to ride around playing rubbing on your booty for the chicks when they got in the car. So let me put this on for them so they know what I'm looking for. They get in the car, he look at him and sing along. Make sure he hit that high note too. Look at Monica, she laughing. You must have did that to her. You must have did that to her. Got in the car, told me that boo tag. You did all of it, didn't you? Yeah, he did. He damn sure did. Go ahead, man.
Said the Arats also is the father of the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore had the curse devoured the Arats, and they that dwell.
So now the curse is devouring the earth. Revelation 22 and 1.
And he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of Elohim and of the Lamb. In the midst of the street of it, on either side of the river, was there the tree of life, which bare 12 fruits, and yielded her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nation.
Go ahead.
There shall be no more curse.
No more what?
No more curse.
No more curse.
But the throne of Elohim and of the Lamb shall
now,
be.
He just told you the curse devoured the earth because you broke the covenant. Now, we read in Genesis 6 where he say, they defiled the way or corrupted the way of Yahuah on the earth. You breaking the covenant on the earth. So you breaking the covenant, you despise that. Something's got to happen. So the wrath that literally, I ain't respond because I wasn't really in the mood to respond. But somebody I know today asked like they didn't understand. Read John 6 and 53. Say they didn't understand this. So we're going to read this because we just talked about this Wednesday. And I want to see how you would explain this to somebody. And this is for real. If you were able to communicate, I would definitely be desirous that you do so. John 6 and 53.
Said, then Yahuah said unto them, truly, truly, I say unto you, except you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you have no life in you.
Pause. Somebody said today they don't understand the point of this statement. And in their mind, they believe this is witchcraft. So my question is, if somebody said, I don't understand why are we eating this flesh and drinking this blood, how would you summarize that? I ain't gonna lie, I ain't have no thoughts about this passage at all the first time I seen it. Dang, cuz.
I would say it's a symbolism just to honor him.
And that's cool. Now, I want you to look at it from the standpoint of people who said this here, because in their mind they believe it's witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? They say they don't understand why you doing this. Read John 6 and 53 and run it down.
Say, then Yahuah said unto them, truly, truly, I say unto you,
it's just how you would summarize that as somebody who hold that point of view.
Except you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you have no life in you. Whoso eat my flesh and drink my blood have eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day.
Raise him up at the last day.
My flesh is meat indeed, and my blood is drink indeed.
Him being the ultimate sacrifice. Go ahead.
He that eat my flesh and drink my blood dwell in me, and I in him. As the living Abba hath sent me, and I live by the Abba. So he that eat me, even he shall live by me. This is the bread which came down from Shamaim. That is your fathers that eat man and are dead. He that eat of this bread shall live forever.
Now, the first thing that we want to look at least for me, because I'm gonna be extremely detailed. Him being the word and the word needing to be in us, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because all I'm asking you is if you had to summarize to somebody, because they believe that's witchcraft. Ain't no witchcraft involved. They look at it as this, that, there, and the third. I could get why they would say that. Now, we just talked about the other day. He said the life is in the flesh. And the life is in the blood, and I've given you the blood for an atonement. So the reality of drinking the blood is drinking the bond of the covenant. What a lot of people but don't acknowledge is when you read in Exodus 24, it said Moses then sat down with the Elohim of Yasharal and ate and drank. So he's saying if you drink his blood, and his blood is a symbol of the new covenant or the New Testament for remission of sins, it's symbolic of you being part of the covenant. Now, you go read Numbers 28, and guess what type of offering you have to make? You have to offer a libation. Do you know what a libation is? Oh, you don't know what a libation is? You've never partook in a good libation in your time? I'm trying to help you out. You ever had you a good libation? Doris, you like libations, don't you? What? I said a libation. I'm trying to see if anybody know what you drink libations. Please, you partook in a good libation. What libation you partook in? That nigga don't know what a libation is. Huh? It's alcohol. Look at this nigga. This nigga might let me drop. It's not just wine, it's alcohol. Though specifically in Numbers, it's talking about wine. So wine or a drink offering that you have to make. But it's a good libation. Libation can be cognac. Libation could be vodka. Libation, maybe a beer, but alcoholic beverage. Let me give you the strict definition of libation. Do me a favor, Civic. Go to Numbers 28 and 1.
The only thing I would say is that it's not considered witchcraft for the fact that you're not really eating his flesh or drinking his blood.
Indeed.
And other voodoo rituals that they have to take chicken blood.
That is a fact. Now, a libation is referred to a ritual liquid offering to deities or the dead, like pouring wine on the ground. So when you see niggas say, I'm going to pour out a little liquor, it was offering a libation for the dead. Or any alcoholic drink or beverage often used to celebrate or toast. You know what I'm saying? So a beer can be one if it's a celebratory beer. Maybe your son was just born. Beers for everybody. You know what I'm talking about? See, we were just messing with the Persian dude because he say he liked the champagne of beers. You know what the champagne of beers is? That's a base of beer. Miller High Life. Yeah. Now, in other cities, that might not be a base of beer. But in Jacksonville, Florida, Miller High Life is a base of beer.